Well, hello everyone. It's Throwback Thursday, and I want to go way back in the day. It's 1974. I'm about 19 or 20 years old and a brand new deputy sheriff. The sheriff at the time was Monroe Brannen. He wasn't very tall, but I saw grown men shudder in fear when he walked in a room. He had that much command presence. And I got a call about 6 o'clock in the evening to call the sheriff. And of course, I was panicked immediately. I was thinking, what have I done wrong? Why does the sheriff want to talk to this brand new kid deputy? So I immediately ran to the first phone I could find. You know, back in the day, we didn't have cell phones. We carried dimes in our pocket because we had to go to a payphone. Call Sheriff Brannen, and he said, I want you to go up off the old Dade City Road to old John Doe's house. John Doe's been drinking and giving his family a hard time, and I want you to arrest him and bring him down here to the jail. Well, back in the day, there were no domestic violence laws. And I said, Sheriff, what do I charge him with? You don't worry about charges. You go to John Doe's house off the old Dade City Road and bring him down here. I said, well, Sheriff, where does he live off the old Dade City Road? He said, well, anybody up there can tell you where he lives. And there's an old dead oak tree. And if you go down there, the second or third dirt street past the old dead oak tree, you'll find him. Sheriff Brannen didn't give you any more details than that. You had to figure it out on your own. So I raced up there, and sure enough, I found the old dead oak tree, and I found the dirt lane, and I got there and saw old John Doe. And he was drunker than Cooter Brown. And I said, John, Sheriff Brannen told me to arrest you and take you to the county jail. He said, what for? I said, because he's the sheriff. Well, what criminal charge? I'm at my own house. I said, yes, sir, you're at your own house. But the sheriff said to arrest you and take you to jail. So let's make this easy. You got to go to jail. He said, well, if Monroe said it, then I'll do it. And he got in the car and I took him to the county jail. I got to the county jail and I took him inside, and the detention deputies that we called jailers back in the day said, well, what are you charging him with? I said, I'm not charging him with anything. Sheriff Brannen said to bring him down here and lock him up. He said, we can't put people in jail without a criminal charge. I said, well, you call Sheriff Brannen and tell him. He said to bring John Doe to you, and here John Doe is. I got in my car and left. Well, it was the next day. I got a call about 6 o'clock at night from Sheriff Brannen. He said, go down there to the jail and pick up old John Doe and take him back to the house. I said, yes, sir. So I dutifully went down to the jail. They had John Doe ready to go home. On the way back to the house, I said, well, John, what happened? He said, well, I stayed locked up in jail all night. And then Sheriff Brannen had me come over to his office and talk to me. I said, he did? He said, yeah. I said, what did he say? He said, he told me to straighten up, to quit drinking so much, and to quit giving my family a hard time. He said, now I got a question of you. And I said, what's that? He said, what are my criminal charges? I said, John, I didn't bring any criminal charges. And Sheriff Brannen let you out of jail. So I guess maybe he took care of it and you're not being criminally charged. And he said, so he picked me up at my house when I was drunk, made me stay in the jail all night, talked to me the next day, didn't charge me criminally, and you're taking me home? I said, that's about the size of it. He said, boy, isn't he a great sheriff? Sheriff Brannen took care of the problem, locked the guy up in jail overnight, and he was happy about it. problem solved. That's the way it used to be.